I used AI in 1985, and I use it today in 2026. What's changed? Let's talk about that. I'm Dave, an AI SME and AI skeptic, looking at AI with a balanced perspective. Let's get started. So I started my career in the 80s, and actually it was a decision support analyst. And there was AI around at the time. You got to remember, AI was invented in the 1950s. It wasn't invented in 2022 with the rise of generative AI. And I used three different technologies in the 80s. I used Prolog, which is a logic programming language where you state facts, rules, and the engine searches for proofs. Not going to explain it beyond that. You can Google away for that, or you can look on ChatGPT, things like that. So back then, in the 1980s, AI mostly meant symbolic reasoning, handcrafted rules, ontologies, and decision trees, which were expressed in Prolog clauses, list code, or M1, rule sets. So the system was only as smart as the knowledge we could manually encode into it. So we couldn't point them at gigabytes of data like we can these days and have it go off and train from the data. So, what we're having today with the tools that are around today, I guess you kids, should appreciate that. I prefer the stuff we have today in 2026 and the stuff we had in 1985. But it's interesting to see the differences. So in 2026, AI is dominated by foundation models and machine learning that learn patterns from massive data sets, so capabilities scale with the data, compute, and model architecture rather than just how many rules a team can write. So Prolog lists in one were great for explainable deterministic logic, but they struggled with messy inputs like natural language, images, and unstructured text, where in 2026, models can handle that directly. We can drag stuff into ChatGPT, images, we can drag text, we can drag massive databases, huge files, and all it's able to learn from those systems. That is an amazing thing when you think about it, based on where we were, 35 years ago. And in 2026, AI rides on GPUs, TPUs, and distributed training inferences, turning problems that took weeks of engineering into minutes of prompting and fine-tuning. The deployment then looked like shipping a monolith with embedded rules and bespoke integration layers, while today we deploy via cloud APIs, containers, vector databases, and ML ops and LLM ops pipelines with monitoring, evals, and rollback built in. And again, head and shoulders better than what it was in 1985. So the biggest tooling difference is velocity.